Hey, on today's lending series, I am bringing on Debbie Hopper. A lot of locals here in Butler know Debbie Hopper. She was with Mars Bank for a long time, and now she's over at Nextier Bank, which is another local institution here that's pretty big in Butler. But a lot of people do know Debbie. She's a friend of our family. She's got a great kids and great family and great personality that gives back to the community. So again, my name is Sadler Priest, and I hope you guys get value from this.
All
Good morning,
right.
Miss Debbie.
Hello, Mr. Priest. How are you?
Good, and your beautiful glass windowed office there. I've never seen you actually in there, but I do know you work there.
Rude.
And I've been in there a few times, but I think it's always during lunch or on a day you're out doing appointments or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So,
Try to recover yourself now. Yes, yes, thank you. I do sit in the downtown Butler office of Nextier Center, and yeah, this is the lobby right behind me. So I tried to block anybody that might walk by.
that's awesome. Awesome though. I was saying you were with Mars and then has gone to Next Tiers, another big local institution here in Butler. Obviously, they're bigger than Butler, but everybody knows them here. So with that being said, hey, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, about your company, wherever you'd like to let us know about you.
Cool. Yeah, so I work with Nextier Bank now. I have only been here a few months, but have been in banking for now almost 20 years. I started when I was 19 and have been
Yeah.
doing mortgages for about 10 years. So I, know that what I think of pretty well, kind of like the back of my hand at this point. But I also added business lending in here at Nextier. So for investment properties or, commercial properties, things like that, I can do that as well. So really, actually any loan I can do here. I do car loans and unsecured loans. I just do everything pretty much. But no, it's been great. Nextier is super to work with. They're a great community bank. I think there's something to be said about, you appreciate this as well. Companies that give back to the community, they they invest back into the community, and you probably see their name around a lot. So that's
Yeah.
been really good to, work with a company that really gets the word out there. So I live in Butler now, kind of like Fennelton, which is, the outskirts of Butler, with my three boys, 15, 13, and what's he gonna be? 6.
I know you have
So
your hands full. Yeah.
yeah.
I have the three
So
girls and you have the three boys, and it always seems like it's at the completely opposite side of things, right?
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So I know I was saying the other day that there was like take your kid to work day, and I didn't even know it. And I said, why would I want to spend more time with them at work? I'm not
Take your
bringing
kid to
them to
work.
work.
Doesn't sound fun at all. I bring my kids into the office and then they draw on the walls and everything. Like, why did I do this? So, anyways,
Yeah. When they come here, they go upstairs and get like treats from everybody, anyways. So,
right.
yeah. So
So,
this is where like our operating department and everybody is on the third floor. So, a lot of
yeah, and most of the people know you here in Butler too, which is really cool, especially with the 20-year history that you have. So,
yep.
and then would you like to talk about next tier products? You kind of touched on it. Commercial business lending is pretty big here in Butler with all the businesses. Entrepreneurship's kind of big here. And so are there any products that next tier maybe does better than the other, or you just want to elaborate on something you
Yeah.
guys have?
Yeah. So since we're kind of talking business, we'll start with that point. You're a business owner yourself, an investment property owner yourself. We can typically we're at 75 to 80% loan to value on investment properties. But, like you said, in Butler, there's a lot of landlords, investment properties going on. So we work a lot with commercial real estate and with those investors, and are looking at the cash flow of the property, both current and in some cases projected cash flow. So I think that's a real great feature for the business products. The rates are going to be fixed for 5 years, typically reset every 5 years, amortized over like a 20-year amortization, which if you're an investor, you're familiar with that terminology. But investors that are both in the game already and maybe that are looking to get in the game, we're not the big bank that's gonna turn away the the smaller investors.
It,
That's kind of our bread and butter.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's nice that you guys do the car loans too. They're impossible. Like you get a trailer or something. Those, I don't know if you guys do. Do you guys do trailers?
Yep,
Yeah, those
yep,
are impossible to loan on. So that's nice that you have those capabilities for you. I know a lot
yes,
of brokers aren't able to do investment business type loans. So it's a whole nother product and a whole nother
it
thing.
is. Yeah, yeah.
Not that they
Working
don't
capital,
understand them.
things like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously my final question is always, why pick you, Miss Hopper, over the next person that we might interview or somebody might talk to?
Yeah, yeah. So again, I think it's going back to the community bank and working with people who invest in your area. On the residential side, we'll go to 90% loan to value. In some cases, even 100% loan to value. We kind of stack it with a piggyback loan if you're familiar with that term. Yeah, write that down. It's going to have more parameters for 100% loan to value, like a first time home buyer has to have 3-year history, so the underwriting's tightened up a little bit on 100% financing. Of course, it's a riskier product.
Yeah.
But for these borrowers that maybe don't have 5% to put down, it's a good product. Even that, 90%, kind of switching gears here real quick. The 90% has no mortgage insurance. I don't know if I mentioned that. So on the residential side, 90% no MI. If you're familiar, typically 80% and over, a borrower needs private mortgage insurance.
Yeah, that's a big
So
saving.
yeah. So that is something I think that is really good for the community that we offer, is to try and get rid of this private mortgage insurance. The 100% financing doesn't have it either. We're also working with grant companies that are out there, whether it's Pittsburgh or Butler, not grant companies, they're nonprofits that offer grants. But we're working with those too to try to get borrowers some money. So, I think the lending side of it should be the least stressful part, or at least try to make it less stressful for borrowers. They're looking at 1 million houses and negotiations are stressful and things like that. I don't want their financing to be stressful. That they got to know that somebody's in their corner, kind of guaranteeing their loan, if you will, and that we've pre-qualified them, pre-approved them, and that they're ready to go. Yeah, it's just having somebody that I think in your corner trying to get your financing done.
Absolutely, yeah. And I said I always say people buy experiences, not things, and it's about providing the best experience, to get repeat customers, or else you won't stay in business, right?
Exactly.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time today, Debbie. We'll be seeing you around town. If anybody has any questions for Miss Hopper, wants to run anything by her, I will have her information on here. She's super easy to get a hold of. And if you guys have any questions, just feel free to reach out to her. So
thank you
I
so much for
appreciate your
doing
time,
this
Miss
and
Hopper.
this opportunity.
All right, talk to you
All
later.
right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.